Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Brenda B Show with special guest star Deems Palmer.
Hi, thank you for that introduction.
You're lucky, huh? And then, of course, I have to introduce you. What do you want me to call you?
Uh,
Oh, no, not so early in the
Call me
show.
Al.
Listen, tonight's 116th Pop Music Awards, music from Australia, and some of our artists tonight have actually received awards. Yeah.
Really?
And so we're going to start with this show. One of my friends from where I live, well, not friends, but I want to be friends, had asked us to do some ACDC, right?
Yeah. And
A-
ACDC conveniently is from Australia.
So we decided to put a whole show around Australia artists. And are lucky enough to say that we have two artists that we're featuring tonight
They
that are
know.
going to be on our show.
That's because they're cool.
That's because we're lucky. Anyway, tonight we're
We're
going
lucky and cool.
to. No, I don't know about the cool teams.
Yes, we are.
I don't know. Stop it.
Very cool.
So, anyway, tonight we're going to start out with Highway to Hell, which is AC/DC. It was released in July 27th, 1979. The album's most famous song of its title track. From the onset, Atlantic Records hated the idea of using the song as the album title, with Agnes recalling the chorus. Oh, come on. Don't need reason, don't need rhyme. Ain't nothing that I'd rather do. Going down, party line. Not the person gonna leave it to. Oh, highway to hell. Highway to hell. Highway to hell. Highway to hell.
I often get asked by the audience when I sing that song,
You
doesn't
know-
that hurt?
No, you really couldn't wait to start, could you?
No.
I didn't even get to finish talking about recalling the guitar's world's Alan DePerma in 1993 or anything, Dean.
Oh, no.
Then what's the matter
If
with
you
you?
read the script, which
Do
we
you
never
do-
do, it says play song.
I was trying, for God's sakes.
It says
Anyway,
Angus Young.
hey, listen, we're going to talk about this right now. And this is what I'm supposed to tell everybody.
Yes.
Well, go ahead. You want to talk? And he's so excited, guys. He's just so excited because we're going to have
so
Jason and
excited.
Cynthia on tonight. Anyway, go ahead. Go for it.
No. I'm just singing. Anyway, Angus Young said, because you call an album Highway to Hell, you get all kinds of grief, you think? And all we've done is describe what it's like to be on the road for 4 years straight, like we've been. You crawl off the bus at 4 o'clock in the morning, and some journalist is doing a story. He says, what would you call an ACDC tour? I don't know. What would you call it?
He would call it Highway to Hell,
That's
and it
right.
really was for them. When you're sleeping with somebody's socks 2 inches from your nose, he said that's pretty darn close to
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah.
So as we go on, we're going to play another AC/DC song,
Because
and you want to start at Deems.
I think I will.
Oh, good God!
Here it goes.
Double time. Yeah. Hey, you checked me.
That was from Woodlands.
You tricked me now. We weren't really Dirk and double time on that. We were just trying to
No.
stay alive with the Bee Gees.
What?
And Staying Alive with the Bee Gees was released in 1977
Was it?
as part of the mega hit movie soundtrack Saturday Night Fever.
You think?
The executive producer of the Saturday Night Fever motion picture soundtrack and Bee Gees manager, Robert Stigwood, asked the band to write a few songs for the soundtrack.
A few.
Just a few.
Turned into one of the largest selling albums of all time.
We can try to understand when you got times of fades away. Whether you're a brother or whether you're a mother, you're staying alive, staying alive. Music, breaking the neck, never shaking and staying alive, staying alive. Ah, 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 staying alive, staying alive. Ah, 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 staying alive.
Every cover musician in the world had to play that song at least 600 or 700 times in their life.
Well, I don't
At the
believe
time.
I maybe, but I think you might be exaggerating.
No,
Dear God,
that was
Pete.
one. You got to do any Bee Gees?
Do you know that they wrote "Staying Alive" over the course of a few days while sprawled on the staircase at the Château d'Orville studio near Paris?
Bill.
The subject matter of "Staying Alive" is actually
Oh
quite
my
a
God.
serious one.
That was
It is about survival in the streets of New York, and the lyrics actually say that. Barry Gibbs also recalled people crying out for help, desperate songs. So, so actually, they're from Australia. How did they know that the streets of New York were bad?
They well, you have to remember that the movie Saturday Night Fever was about youth. Youth in New York.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Uh,
Right. Don't
so-
you remember that? So that's what the whole thing was about. The dance scene and all of that good stuff John Travolta was doing. And
Well, they were scared then, huh?
yeah, they were scared.
Oh, wow. Another Bee Gees song is Jive's Talking, written by the
Yeah.
Bee Gees. That's what we
And
just
I
played
think
for.
I had no job.
At
Yeah.
Oh, dear God, Dean. It was released as a single in May 1975 by RSO Records. This was the lead single from the album Main Course, as well as appearing on 1977 Saturday Night Fever soundtrack.
Yeah. That's because Robert Stigwood asked them to do a few songs.
Yes, he did. And you'll never know just what you mean to me. Oh, my child, got so much. You're gonna take away my energy. All that jive talking, telling me lies. Good loving gets in my eyes. Nobody believes what you say. Jive talking, listen away. Oh, dear
Now, this is
God.
the part of the show where you send in comments and say, "Hey, Deems, you don't sound anything like Barry Gibb."
No, that's not what
Yes,
they.
I know that.
That's not what they're going to say.
They're gonna say PU?
No, they're going to tell you what you really sound like. No, they'll be talking to me.
Oh, really?
All right, our next song is by In Excess.
How
And
do you
this is
spell that, Brenda?
In Excess, James. INEXCESS. And this is another
Actually, no, that's
Australian.
not true.
Yes, it is.
It's INXS.
This is another Australian group. Stop it.
What?
And please, dear God. It was released in 1988 and was written by lead singer Michael Hutchinson, along with Andrew Ferris, who played a number of instruments in the group. Ferris came up with a guitar riff that carries the track musically. Hutchins added the "Seize the Day" lyric, encouraging us to live boldly, seeking out new sensations.
Really? Yeah.
Oh, God.
In excess. In excess, like
Yes,
yeah,
it was,
man.
and
I
you
felt like the lyrics on the Kick album. See that.
were
That's-
very positive lyrics.
Whose name is that right there?
It doesn't matter. Ferris told Song Facts. When I listen to that album, a lot of the lyrics are about celebrating life, and I find that particularly positive. That's another thing I like about Australian artists. They're
Yes,
very positive,
very
and
much so.
and that the words are really usually pretty good. Till we get
Pretty
to
good.
later. Till we get to
The
later.
best.
Anyway, go ahead, Deems. Yeah,
What? Where did you stop?
I find them particularly positive.
Okay. A particular in excess guitar player, horn player, Kirk Pengilly played the saxophone part, and yes, Michael Hutchinson yells trumpet just before it plays. We didn't get that far, but this was an in joke with the band. The group's other guitarist, Tim Ferriss, wanted to do a trumpet solo there. And on the track, but Pengilly overruled him and got his sax solo.
Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
I think a lot happens a lot with a lot of
Bring
artists.
it on with the sax.
Oh,
Let's get
now,
saxy.
now this next song that
we're
we're going to
gonna
be.
sing the song first and then talk.
Are we going to sing it? Oh, right. Sorry. Knocking on my door. Go away. See that it's late at night. I'm very tired, and I'm not feeling right. All I wish is to be alone. Stay away. Don't irritate my head. You hang outside. Now I'll be running. And it's free now. And it's free now. And it's free now.
Oh, that was one of my favorite bands from the 80s, Men at Work.
Yes.
Not to be confused with Men Without Hats who did the safety dance. You remember that song?
No, I don't.
Apparently not.
No.
Were you alive then?
I don't know. I don't know. I wish I was dead sometimes with your jokes.
Oh.
No,
Who Could It Be
seriously.
Now was released in 1981 in an interview with Colin Hay, who wrote the song. He explained, I was in the bush in southern New South Wales. How's that possible? Southern and South. With my girlfriend, just sitting outside at night. We had a little tree hut in the middle of the bush. That's a very loaded statement. It was a great place to kill time, mess around with ideas. My girlfriend at the time said, yeah, that'll be your first hit.
At the time.
At the time.
You know what's that about?
What's
At the time?
Uh,
I mean, what is this guy? A
just
dog?
asking
He
you.
goes around and finds different girls
yeah,
each
that's
time?
what musicians are bohemians.
No. Don't generalize, because I know a lot of nice of them.
Really?
Yeah, nice musicians. That's really a horrible thing to say. Girlfriend at the time. It sounds like somebody I dated. Anyway, go ahead, Deans.
Oh, it says on the script, Brenda talks. Oh, that's right. You just got done. I Touch Myself. Love this song. Was released in November 1990 as the lead single from the Divinals' fourth album. The Divinals are singer Christina Amphlett and guitarist Mark McEntee. Well, I hope I got that right. They wrote this song with the songwriter team of Tom Kelly and Billy Steinberg, who have a knack for writing songs with female vocalists. Huh. He also wrote I'll Stand By You, which is, they performed by the Pretenders. That's a great song. Like a Virgin, Madonna. Eternal Flame, True Colors, It's So Emotional. This is certainly not the first song
Do you know this?
on the subject of masturbation.
This was actually
Distribution or masturbation.
this was actually on the top billboards, the top records. But anyway, let's go on with Deans.
It wasn't, and oddly enough, it wasn't banned. You know why?
Why?
Because it was kind of funny.
Well, let's
Really?
play it for them, and they'll see how funny you can be.
Yeah, I'm trying to sing a
Deans
girl
is
song
singing
again. Here
this
we go.
one.
This is
It's
really-
his thing.
This is going to be funny as all heck.
I love myself when I feel down. I search myself. I look at myself. I don't want anybody else. When I think about you, I touch myself. I don't want anybody else. I don't want anybody else. When I think about you, I touch myself. I don't want anybody else. When I think about you, I touch myself.
Well,
Anyway, that was a good song for Deans to sing because I believe it's true for him. Anyway, on the
I'm
whole,
touching myself right now.
and I didn't really want to play that one, but I
Why?
did because
I'm from
but
Australia.
but no, I know you picked it, but I actually think the connotation that was changed a little bit later was Christina Amphlett, the Divinals, died from breast cancer and multiple sclerosis on April 21st, 2013, at the age of 53. And she was not just a dynamic frontwoman. I'm joking about the song, but also a talented songwriter, co-writing most of the group's song. But before she died, Christina expressed hope that I Touch Myself would remind women to perform annual breast examinations. And for men, it's the same thing. Mammograms and men also need to be
I'm
examined.
examining
So
myself right
that
now.
is why that I let this guy pick this song. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been on. So, ladies and gentlemen, remember, touch yourself and then get those mammograms and
We're
do
gonna
the
get a
breast
lot of messages
examination.
tonight. I could just
I
feel it
know
coming.
this is an international show tonight too.
It's
But
true.
seriously, that's from Australia artist.
Next up, we have Friday on My Mind, which was written by George Young. Remember that name? And Harry Vanda of the Australian Easy Beats in 1966. This is such a cool song. George Young is the older brother of, that's right, Malcolm and Angus Young from AC/DC. Woo! Talent runs in the family. The Easy Beats were already huge in their native Australia when they recorded this song, but this was their first hit outside of the country. After scoring several Aussie hits in 1965, they got an international distribution deal. So this is, yeah.
We have to
Easy
remember now, guys, we're going back into the wild.
Everybody seems to
Friday on my mind.
That is such a cool song. All you guitar players out there, that is wicked.
Yes, that definitely wicked for a guitar
Wicked.
player. Yes.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Oh, that's it. It's actually you. The group was not able to capitalize, falling victim to drug abuse management struggles and internal strife. Man, that sounds like being in a band.
Yes, and it was 6 months before their next single, "He'll Be the One," appeared, and listeners were underwhelmed.
Very
So,
underwhelmed.
but actually, what happened was because of the drug abuse, they really kind of lost it. So, drugs don't pay if you want to play. So, always
Did you do
remember
to make
that.
that yourself?
Yeah, I kind of did. I did
That
that a
is
couple
awesome.
shows ago. But anyhow, that's a really a,
Incredibly
they're
awesome.
but they're really not a one-hit wonder like a lot of the ones we showed on our last show. But it does really make a difference in longevity.
Yes, it does.
Okay, Deems.
Uh,
Let's talk about Lonesome Loser.
that's me.
Stop. That's not nice.
Written and released in 1979 by the Little River Band, one of my faves. The most Little River Band hits were written by founding members Graham Goebel, oh, I love this name, Beeb Birtles, and Glenn Sharrock. But Lonesome Loser was written by guitarist David Briggs, who joined in 1976 after the band's second album.
And
All
here
right,
we
let's,
go.
Let's get into this right now.
All right.
We'll see how I do.
Lucky in love.
I'm lucky.
I'm lucky in love.
singing
I'm
that
lucky.
song.
I'm lucky. Well, I think
Wow.
it is a comedy show. Everybody, this
Wait,
is
wait.
definitely intentional. You know,
Send me all those piles of poop right now after singing that song.
stop it, Dean.
Stop it!
You know, little. Oh, you make it hard for me to talk. You know, the Little
I'm
River
sorry.
Band are known for their local harmonies, which are front and center on the song. It opens with a distinctive and a cappella intro by Goebel, Brittles, and Surak that makes the pop song pop when it comes on the radio or in the playlist. The chorus, which is where the harmonies take place, shows up 4 times in the song, including the top, and it's an effective hook that puts a distinctive stamp on the song. Now, and I think it really is distinctive if you sing it right.
Well said, Brenda
But,
B.
but actually, our whole point tonight is just to give you a little bit of these Australian artists. But right now, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite Australian artists. His name is Jason Brian Bergala. Say it for me, Dean. Bergalia, right?
Bergala.
Bergala.
Bergalia is another. I saw that around,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
but that's
yeah.
not who Jason is. He's Bergala.
But we actually were lucky enough to,
Very.
yes, to meet Jason recently. And I want to comment, let you read about him. James is going to read about it.
Oh,
But I want to tell you a little bit about what I really love about this group of artists that we're in with right now. The songs that they wrote are pretty much pure. They're fun. They have their integrity, they have swing, and they remind us of the good old days when things were a little bit more innocent and sweet. Now, Deems, you want to talk about the song and Jason?
Jason's love for poetry and songwriting started at a young age of 11 years old. I wasn't even thinking about being a musician yet. So he started young. My musical journey started at the age of 20 years old when he bought his first guitar at a local market, teaching himself how to play and understand music. 3 years later, it happened when the late Wayne Forrester, tenor for the world-class group Billy Washington's Drifters, collaborated and mentored me into the industry I love.
You all remember the Drifters, I'm sure. We toured together for a few years, and then I went out on my solo journey, signed with Old Entertainment in 1994. Jason played small, intimate, to larger venues, up to 12,000 people. In 1997, he performed his first original song, Hitchhiker, in Tamworth County Music Festival. Recently, due to COVID and his love for writing and country music, exploded with his first album, which was released in 2020, and it was playing on Australian Airways, both community and commercial stations. In 2021, he was introduced to Erasmus Star Talent and Management, who now proudly supports his music. And Grandma's Rocking Chair was born. It was written by Sir Rusty Erasmo Macmillan, arranged by Richie Ramos, and produced by Glass House Studios. This song has given him the opportunity to be an international artist, performing on commercial radio in the Philippines, Scotland, and being played all over the world. And we're talking America, Africa, Japan, all over. And he and we are forever grateful to Erasmus Star musicians. And now we're going to play all three at once. And so you can
in my living room. And that old rocking chair brings back memories of my past. In that old rocking chair from my dear grandma, sits in the corner by the fireplace as I rock my grandma's rocking chair. As I play my guitar, I don't have a care. I remember when in grandma's care we were rocking to the rhythm in grandma's chair. As I rock my grandma's rocking chair, as I play my guitar, I don't have a care. I remember the time when in grandma's care we were rocking to the rhythm in grandma's chair.
Wintertime, the breeze is gently blowing, the old swing is moving the trees. I have a small pot of coffee brewing while I listen to the sound of country. When I look outside, I see the children playing in a distance, in perfect harmony. Then they stop and stare and hear my music playing to that sound of pure country. From my window I can see the smiling faces. From my window I can find the tuning beat. From my window I write the songs and music. From my window I hum the melody. When I look in your eyes, I'm lost and I'm mesmerized.
swimming in an ocean, my best friend. And this love I feel, oh so real. Mahalko, Mahalko, Mahal guitar. Mahalko, Mahalko, Mahal guitar. Mahalko, Mahalko, Mahal guitar.
Well, I sure hope we get the streaming fixed before we actually go on. We're not able to get to a studio right now because of the COVID. So we were streaming. We were sent these songs from Australia. So obviously they didn't come out as great. We might do a redo on this. I'm not funny. But seriously, that was Jason Vine Regalia singing from what you heard. He will be on the show, and maybe you can get this production done a little bit better next time, Dean Palmer.
I could explain it, but I realized what happened.
Oh yeah, and you happened. That's because
Yeah, I messed it up.
you were spending too much time on that last song. Anyway, guys, now on a serious note, our next group that we're going to actually be interviewing, hopefully we'll have all the next switched out with getting these things sent to us with the Lime streams, is Christine and Jeremy Stork of Studio Bio.
Studio.
Studio.
That's not bad.
Yes. And that bio was what they sent us. I saw Christine and Jeremy on Marvin Velasquez's song list, and I was totally impressed with them and the message that they sent out. Thus, they're going to be on the show. When Jeremy and Christine Stork first joined forces, both in life and music, it was in the late 70s, and they had no idea what the future would bring many, many years later when they formed Studio. Bringing wealth of talent and decades of experiences, Studio's songs are refreshingly real as their love for music and one another is enduring. Following 2017 release of 3 EPSs, Studio signed with Bongo Boy Records. That sounds kind of fun, doesn't it? Studio's first release through Bongo Boy Records was their song One Perfect Place to Be on compilation CD Love Is. In August of 2018, the label released the duo's first full-length album, These Are Our Days. In 2019, the second album, You're the One, was released. Studio released their next album, Dancing on the Beach, in April 2020, and their next EP, The Storm, was released in August of that year. The current album, Life's a Journey, was released in May 21st. Now, Dean, tell everybody some of the awards that they have received.
World Artist Duo of the Year 2017 in the Josie Awards in Nashville. Or is it Jose? Josie. Jazz and Blues Song of the Year honors at the 2018 Josie Awards. Duo of the Year in both Josie Music Awards and the ISA Music Awards in Atlanta. Academia's Premier Award, the Executive Award in 2019, as well as the Vision Award in 2020 and in 21. Studio won the Rising Award at the Red Carpet Music Awards in 2020 in the jazz category and in the Best Original Christmas Song. That's cool. There's more awards to honors for Studio, including Global Music Award, Cuisine International Music Awards in November 2020. In 2018, 19, 20, 21, they accepted the Recording Academy for the first round voting ballot in the 61st, 62nd, 63rd, 64th Grammy Awards. That is impressive.
Grammys.
Nominated for and won international, intercontinental, music awards in Australia and Australian jazz category. Studio continues to expand their musical and songwriting horizons. Let me tell you, they're prolific. It's a lot of tunes to be writing, turning their lives, experiences, and world travels into song, which now take us to new heights and new directions. So
do you know most musicians would be really honored to have that type of history.
Amazing.
And I'm going to be very honored to have them on our show. All right, Dean. It is. What's the date?
October 27th.
October
Which
27th.
is a Wednesday.
And now we're going to play a little bit of a few of their songs that we have gotten. Again, these were streamlined to or sent to us from Australia. So let's hope we do them justice.
Catching buses and trains, climbing mountains, paddling in the rivers, crossing deserts and plains. I just want to see the sunrise in my hometown again. I'm missing all my family and friends. Just take me home, silver bird, to the kangaroos and the cockatoos, magpies at my door. I can't wait to see the sunrise in my hometown again. I'm missing all my family and friends. I'm coming home. Ooh, on that silver bird. Ooh, I can't get to see. I can't get to hold you. I can't get to be with you. It's just not right. Imagine if the rain stopped falling, the sun was shining, the moon was rising, the stars came out. Leaving home at the break of dawn to get away to somewhere warm, where the sun is shining brightly down on me, where the waves are rolling to the shore and palm trees swaying at my door. Ah, it's a perfect place to be. Oh, we're dancing on the beach, all our worries are out of reach. I just wanna take a holiday with you. Oh, can't wait another minute. Pour me a drink with an umbrella in it. I just wanna take a holiday with you.
I promise you, we will do this show over. It's funny because if something can go wrong, it really does. Our stream did not do Christine justice. I mean, but you'll get a little bit of taste of her right now, and you'll be able to actually see Jason and Christine a little bit later in person and really get the full benefit of it. Right now, we are playing a song by one of our dearest friends, Sir Marvin Velasquez of the Marvin Velasquez Songlist Show, and this is his hit, one of my favorite songs that he plays.
Mine too.
And he's also known as the Bossa Nova Prince, right? Of
Here we go.
the world. Sir Marvin Velasquez.
Kumusta ka? Kumusta na? Kay tagal dun sa lugar kung tayo ay magkita, hawak ko pa labot ng kamay mo na hawak ko, puso ko'y bihag mo, mahal ko, halika na, tayo ay sayaw na. Wow, wow. Mambo samba cha cha, mambo samba cha cha, mambo samba cha cha, mambo samba cha cha. Ikumpas natin ng sayaw cha cha sa tugtugin ito.
pasabog ng samba, nagay saya, huwag problema.
Well, that was Sir Marvin. And actually, I stay away from him because he steps on my toes. It's very frightening.
That is so
I couldn't walk for a week that last time we practiced that. Anyway, so final thoughts are tonight. Or they always say time changes things, but you actually have to change them yourself. And you know who said that?
Andy Warhol.
Andy Warhol. So again, we will redo the show, and hopefully we'll get a great stream coming through for you. And thank you very much for being with us and tolerating us. Tonight was a comedy of errors. But
Shall we be done?
but we're going to say goodnight
Good
tonight.
night.
Thank you for joining us. Bye.